How is March going for you so far? March is one of the biggest, most transformational months as far as astrological energies go. So give me 3 emojis to describe how you're feeling in March. This week, I'm going to do the energy and vibe for the week, pulling on my guides to give us a collective advice and vibe. The biggest astrological news, although there's so much happening right now, so I'd be just surprised if you're not feeling it in some way, shape, or form, an area of your life, is the lunar eclipse on Virgo on March 14th. So how are you handling upheavals? That's basically, in my mind, before I even get started, what the theme is going to be about. And really thinking about when patterns start to get broken down, instead of thinking about why is this happening to me, to reframe that to be why is this happening for me? Okay, that will help a lot in navigating the energies and being in that right mindset in order to end up on the higher side of all of the transits that are happening. So let's get into the energy for this week. Spirit, please give me, for the collective, energy and advice for the entire week, March 10th through the 16th, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the overall energy. Beautiful. We have the 4 of Wands, so we will ultimately have a feeling of victory. This is an exciting time, even though you might feel some upheavals that things are going on, but ultimately everything is designed for your highest good and your highest outcome. You do have choices in which direction that you want to go in this. And I know if you're watching this, you're someone that really wants to be successful, do the hard work to dig in, to get there and overcome some of these things that you know deep down you've been holding on for way too long. Okay, so we have the King of Wands in reverse for Monday. This is a very manipulative type energy, and we can manipulate ourselves. I'm going to focus really on self in this, really thinking about, that making excuses for yourself. We got this last week, so that's carrying over into this week. What are the things that we tell ourselves that manipulate our own selves to take us off track? One of the things, and I go along these things with you as well, one of the things that I have found in recent tower moments, things have broken down, relationships are being tested right now or pulled apart. People are coming in and out of your life, may have health issues, job issues, things like that are happening. One of the things when you're feeling internally is a resistance or an anxiety or even a panic about it, it likely is you trying to step into your new self and still feeling the comfort of I want my old patterns and ways because that's what I'm used to. So a lot of the times in our minds, we try to tell ourselves stuff to go back to our old ways, make those excuses, and even manipulate ourselves into saying, well, this is the reason I should not transform and not do that, even though in your gut you know what's right, okay? Then we have the Hierophant in reverse. So this is really testing on, your traditional values, the traditional way you've gone through things, the things that you've held on so tightly. Sometimes many of times our greatest strengths are our greatest weaknesses. And so you'll hold on to this value, but you're distorting the value. And that's part of that manipulation. You're distorting this highest value that you have into a lower vibrational energy. So you really have to check yourself. Are you holding on to this thing that you've put on a pedestal? This is a good value to have, but are you using that good value in a negative way, impacting you negatively? Then we're not using it in the right way, and we're using it in that manipulative type of energy. We then have on Wednesday the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So that is more of this more codependent energy, right? You're codependent on these old patterns. It's really working on yourself. A lot of these things are coming to the surface. When you have all of these energies mixed in, it's going to be triggers poking you. Why is this happening, right? Why do I deserve this? Well, I'm a good person. All of these things. This shouldn't be happening. Things often happen, and big things and small things, to push you in the direction for your highest good. So just keep that as your firm foundation, is the faith in that, okay? There's Knight of Swords in reverse for Thursday, and that is the same type of energy regarding your thoughts and your communication being not necessarily either holding back from things that need to be said and or going in with untruths or being faced with things that you know are not right. And you have to parse through some of those things to make sure you're relying upon God, source, universe, creator, and what you know in your gut and in your soul is the right path and pattern. So don't let yourself get thrown off. Other people will come in testing that, and you'll be tested yourself with your own thoughts and your own mind and what's in your heart. You'll feel separated as a result of that, or separated from Ace of Cups in reverse, from your ultimate wish, right? When we find that pearl in the oyster, it's amazing. When we have this in reverse, we're like, the things might be falling apart for what you actually wanted to be happening, okay? And it's no mistake that these cards came out because of what I was saying in the beginning of this. There's a little bit of an upheaval here, having that faith. And remember the card, that's our overall energy. I want to bring this to you because I am like the most optimistic person that there is. But we have to handle these energies, and we have to actually go through the feelings and the emotions and the grief of some of these things, even the grief of your old self. I am going to give myself grace. I am going to not be so hard on myself. I'm going to forgive myself for the things that I've been through. Ultimately, the Four of Wands is that celebratory energy. And look what I got right after that, the balance of things. So we're really balancing stuff out now. The Page of Cups in reverse is on Saturday, so we're really moving into that eclipse energy here. And that can be very immature energy, immature thinking, and we're shedding some of that. So we're like shedding that past behavior. And this is really 10 of Cups in reverse on Sunday. Okay, so things are just not going to feel or look the same after this week, after this month, after these energies have time to integrate in. These are the types of things that you're going to be working on independently and fighting within yourself. So what are some of those things that are happening in March? Give me 3 emojis to describe your March so far, or let me know what are some of those areas of your life that you have been struggling with. And this is the opportunity, guess what, to have the victory in that and the balancing out of those energies within yourself. So hang in there. And the beauty of this being a collective reading is that this is for everybody. We're all going through something right now. So like having grace for yourself and those around you. So the vibe is we have family on one end and we have salty on the other side of things. So that feeling of who is your family, and I just heard from God, your soul family, right? God the Father. And that is your connection. That is your one true north. I'm not talking about your physical family here. I'm talking about the reliance on faith and the things that you came here to do to allow your soul to evolve. So really stay true in that God as your source. And it's funny that I said that because we have the salty here, and I recently was talking to my mentor about last week something happened to me and I was really angry with God, and all I kept hearing was, it's okay, I can take it. God can take these things. God can handle it. So you can be a little salty, feel those feels, but ultimately take a look at instead of why me, why are these things happening for me, and what good can come out of it? Because I promise you, on the other end of some of this upheaval is victory. You just have to stay true to yourself and true to what you know is for your highest good, staying on the high sides, unconditional love, forgiveness, and also point that in your own direction, because a lot of times we go through these things because it's wounds we have to heal within ourselves. It's not really about the other person. The other person or the other situation is there to just show you the things that you need to know. So I like to give gratitude for those challenging times. Have a great week. Let me know how I can help you. These things are not easy, but we got this, especially those that are watching me right now. You know that we struggle through these things together and we end up on the high side.